The pictures are black and white, the abusers more than 70 years old, but the history of the so-called comfort women used as sex slaves by Japanese soldiers during World War II weighs heavily on the present day. Which is why the decision of the mayor of Japan's second city to use language like this has provoked such disbelief and criticism.
Wartime sex slaves were a necessity to maintain discipline in the Japanese military during those times. When they're out running around and risking their lives, with their emotional state all strung out, they're looking to give them, I wouldn't say relaxation, but something like that. Then anyone can understand it's necessary to have something like the comfort woman system.
The government refused to comment directly on the remarks of an opposition leader, instead emphasising its sympathy for the plight of the comfort women.
For those who've experienced this, it's very difficult and they suffered great heartache. With regards to this issue, the Abe government is of the thinking of previous cabinets. However, we don't believe this should be turned into a political or diplomatic problem.
But if that was an appeal to Japan's neighbours, it didn't work.
We express shock and strong anger at the Japanese politician who made the comments in public that challenge the conscience of mankind and historical justice. How it reflects on history will decide how Japan is going to face the future.
In Seoul, where an arrestingly young reminder of that past sits in constant vigil outside the Japanese embassy, the government urged Tokyo to rectify what it called an anachronistic perception of history. This is still the site of weekly protests. Last year, a man even rammed his vehicle into the gates of the Japanese embassy opposite. The issue of the comfort women is one that still resounds deeply across all generations of South Korean society.
If this happened to their family, could they still say that it's okay and not get angry and demand an apology like we do?
My grandparents suffered under Japanese rule. The real problem here is that Japan is not admitting that the invasion was wrong.
Japan's Prime Minister, himself a nationalist, has in recent days been toning down his own, often controversial language about his country's imperial past. But even the words of an opposition figure can cause real damage and give more weight to a sense of rising nationalism in Japanese politics that has its neighbours on edge. Harry Fawcett, Al Jazeera, Seoul.